Starting, I would like to say hello to my old fan of YouTube on YouTube. Because don't hesitate to like my pages, I will become famous soon. So let's start then. So we started the discussion with who are we actually. So we were PTA and no PTA members, and then we followed a discussion about what were the target group used to have, and here we were very inspired, as you can see, and we try to include all of them because depending on the context, depending on the city case, you include as much as you can. And we also talk about the internal and external situation. So it was about the stakeholders. So in the external point of view, we decide to include as much as we can. But we also discuss in the internal process. We have also the possibility to have further control. Especially, for example, for the funding support, who can influence who we are, and who can also influence the quality of the project. We have also the different boards who can influence it too, and the different evaluators. So according this first start, we followed discussion with why is it important to integrate all those actors at the same time? So keep in mind that we are talking about internal and external process at the same time. So in the internal process, why is it important to include them? For sure, because it's a question of management, and it's to have a better overview of what we are doing, and to be able to improve the quality of the process. Sometimes it's good for the content, sometimes, only sometimes, it's good for the content to improve the quality of it, for sure, and to be able to have holistic views.
Consistency through the project. So
yeah, thank you. And don't hesitate to talk. And it's also important for the impact because all those stakeholders can influence the decision-making process, for sure. So it's important to include them in the process, and because sometimes we have no choice. This is the funding for the foundation, so you have to keep in mind that they want to be included in the process. And last but not least, why is it important? Because they need to be aware or to understand what is TA, and being able to know, knowing that TA exists, so understand the content and the issues of the TA too. Was that good?
Yeah.
Do you want to?
No, that's fine.
The main issue after that was how to include them. There, as you can see, so many things were done. We were a good group. So we are talking about the how, but in the internal process and the external process. We are talking about procedures, but also about condition, the different method we use, and the different role each stakeholders could have. I can give you a few examples if you want. Never if you don't want. Communication, feedback, the procedure to improve quality, the quality control. So we focus on the why is it important, and we try to answer with the how. Now I'm just swim. What about the cognition? Please help me.
One of the examples was early on in the process to establish sort of a baseline, a common understanding of the language, or it might be just the language, but also technical aspects of TA. So that for all the actors to sort of speak the same language as a good initial start.
So but you are not talking about the challenges, aren't you?
Well, no, more about the content actually.
Okay. Because about the how, we talk about the procedure. We have a good example for you. We are talking about knowledge platform. Sometimes the different stakeholders doesn't have the same background, so it could be interesting to have a common knowledge platform. We are talking also about all the good instruments, methods, or internal rules who could improve the quality of the communication. Yep. So let's move to the challenge now. The first challenge. What the interesting thing is that. We have the same challenge, quite the same challenge if we are non-PTA and non-PTA country. The first challenge is, of course, quite common, but it's always the same, and it's still a problem. Initiating the dialogue between the different stakeholders, which means also that the challenge is about the communication between those different groups. Another problem we have seen is sometimes there is just a narrow view of the way of decision making takes place. It's not enough transparent. And it could be difficult. And another quite common difficulties is how the different stakeholders see each other. And sometimes when you're talking with an engineer, he don't understand the citizens, but he don't consider him as a relevant actor. So the main issue is in this case is how construct a legitimation of the position of each of them. And because we were very productive after all those challenges, we tried to find some solution of it. So we talk about maybe a solution could be focus on legal decision-making process, which means something that everybody agrees on it, and that you can contest, and it could be the starting point for the dialogue, or maybe a good solution could be more transparency and public discussion, so concentrating on visible and transparent organization outside of the parliament to have a broader discussion. What's that again?
I think it's about being transparent as well about the process.
Okay.
I mean, making all the actors know what's going on, when and how, and that's essence of it.
Mm-hmm. Do you want to add something else, please?
No, maybe. I think it was mentioned in the first presentation as well regarding quality control. When doing this exercise, I realized that, for instance, at the Parotte Institute, we have quite some procedures